ACC, the Pittsburgh Panthers, taking on the runner-up from last year's national championship, the South Carolina Gamecocks. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. And the Gamecocks will put total leather to crank us up. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Panthers offense will go on the attack first. We have got a tremendous matchup between these two running backs, both stars in their own right, and David, both ready to make a huge impact.
I mean, how fun is it to have two guys, one on each side, when they have the football, like they can go the distance. Just dynamic speed, great vision. These defenses are in trouble because these guys can touch it a bunch of different ways, and Palmer, they can...
Turning it on! And he was loose and not stopped until he gets to the 47-yard line. New set of downs after the completion. They'll go to the ground. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. You can barely hear yourself thinking here as they're trying to get this defense off to a good start. Fires to the right. Just too much juice on that one as he airmails his receiver out of bounds. It's as if you're engulfed in a space odyssey. Williams-Brice alive on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. The short hands, it's Landry. He's going to come up a couple of yards short of the first down. This offense wants to get out of the gate fast on their first drive of the game, plus territory. They'll go for it on fourth down. Trying to keep the drive alive. All down, and they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down.
We're seeing analytics become a bigger part of college football each and every year, and there is a good example of it. Opening drive of the game, you're across the 50, fourth down, and it says run the ball and go for it, even if you don't get it.
Picked off, and the opening drive is stopped with an interception. He's knocked down, but what a play to come up with the interception.
First quarter, first drive, first strike delivered, and it's the defense that comes up with the big play. Talking to the defensive coordinator, he felt really good about his pass defense, and he wasn't lying. Interception on the first drive, great possession.
Across the 25, he's got room. Running free. And I wasn't sure they were going to be able to catch him. They finally did, but they gave up a huge play. The Gamecocks just got that huge run. They love another explosive play. Breaks into the open. Got the first down. Looking for more. And the defense finally makes the stop after the sweet run and good gain. It'll be 1st and 10 from the 30. The give to the right. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
I love when defensive backs come up and they are physical and they stick their face in the fan and they aren't scared. Talking to the defensive coordinator coming into this game, he knew his DBs had to tackle well. They had to get these running backs on the ground. Great start on this first drive.
And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Now facing a 3rd and long. Handoff to the lone back. That'll be enough for a first down, and they've got it at the 16-yard line. And the Gamecocks pounded the rock to move the sticks, now back to work. They'll throw it from the red zone. Makes the grab. And maybe... back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Or will they dial up on second and a long way to go? On the ground, it's Gardner. They get him on the ground, but not before he rumbles all the way to the 5. He now has 84 yards rushing, and that should be no surprise. He's been among the nation's elite all season. The Gamecocks trying to cash it in on 1st and goal. From the gun, looking for a man. Touchdown, Gamecocks! Made the grab and took it on in for the score. Setting up for the extra point after the first score of the game. And the extra point makes it 7-0. If you're able to move the ball on a drive like that, the most overrated stat in football would be field position.
Agreed, and I think confidence is big right now after that last drive. To be able to flip the field like that, not just do it, but go down and score a touchdown. Running and throwing. For this offense now moving forward in this game, that last drive is going to pay big dividends.
Off play action on 1st down. He puts a lot of air under it down the sideline. Intercepted. A first half turnover can swing momentum. Made the play on the pick, was hoping to make one on the return. He'll have to settle for letting the offense pay it off from the 26. South Carolina ready to go on the attack in another offensive odyssey. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. Surges across the 30, out to the 32, a 6-yard run.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
He's going for it all. Intercepted for the 11th time this season.
And he makes a play in the back end. Nice job reading the pass, and that's his 2nd of the season. This guy, unbelievable job seeing the quarterback, breaking on the quarterback, and going and getting that big play.
And he'll pick up 1. It brings up 2nd and 9. And with the running game on 1st down, now back at it. They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. Using the back as a receiver on the screen. They're ripping off chunks of yardage. They get it to the 33. Pitt pushing the pace.
Nice job by the quarterback, seeing the receiver come over, getting him the football, making the 1st down, and they like to do this. When they make a 1st down, they want to go fast, they want to crank up the tempo.
Just can't pull the trigger, and the quarterback is sacked at the 41. And the Panthers have put themselves in dire straits after that last play at 2nd and a mile. Looking to fire. The throw to the outside is complete. Just making a play, getting it to the 23-yard line. It'll be 1st down. Pittsburgh has a really nice drive going. Use the play fake, now to throw. Fires to the wideout. And that one's incomplete. We're taking a shot there, but couldn't hook up.
Long incompletions are okay. We got to take shots. You got to make big plays in college football. I love that you're taking shots. Keep taking them. Some of those are going to come home. Some of them aren't. But when they come home, they equal big-time points.
And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit.
All right, you got to be careful here if you're the quarterback, right? Back-to-back incompletions. You've had a nice drive. You're still in field goal range, though. Think about this. You cannot take a sack. That has got to be what the play caller is reminding his quarterback about in the headsets right now. If it's not there, throw this thing away because we've got a chance to at least get 3 points here.
The offense threatening. Close to the end zone now with a new set of downs. They'll run it. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
Just nothing doing on that last run, and they knew coming into this one they were going to be challenged, right? This is one of the best defenses in all of college football. For them to have any shot, they're going to have to do a lot better running the football.
And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Pitt!
The defense has got to do a better job of taking the most dangerous man. That's the guy with the football in his hands. Force him to do something with it. You can't just let him keep the ball and go score.
And he splits the uprights on the extra point. They took it 64 yards right down the field. And he got into the house from the 6 to finish it. On the run from inside his own 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. And the South Carolina offense is back on the field. Things got off to a good start with a touchdown on the opening drive, and then quickly went to pot with a pick on the second one, and now they'll see if they can find the middle with this third possession. He's piled up 97 yards on the ground, and he has his eyes fixed on leading the nation in rushing. And the Gamecocks in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Fires to the big fella. They'll spot the ball at the 34 as he goes out of bounds right there. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 34. Someone not clear on the snap count. It'll be a false start, and they'll move it back.
False start on offense.
The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. 1st down for this offense. The lone back's got it. Looking for room at the 40. At the 45, on his way. And finally out of bounds after an explosive run by this ball carrier. The Gamecocks, after ripping off that huge run, let's see if they can do it again. Motion from the wide receiver. They'll give it to him again. And some room to work. And he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, South Carolina.
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
He'll return it. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. They'll try to put a drive together starting from their own 12. Hold and fire complete. And that's a very productive 1st down play in bringing up 2nd and 3. To pass. And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense. As the rooster crows, they are getting cocky and cockier on 3rd down here. That's caught. It's Dennis. Absolutely nowhere to go as his defense makes a 3rd down stop. Pitt will have to boot this one away. Getting our first look of the afternoon at the punter. He'll field the punt. The coverage team was down there to corral him. They made the stop, and they'll mark it at the 39. Linebackers moving, trying to confuse the quarterback. They'll put the ball in play from just inside their own 40 at the 39. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. To the air on 2nd down. Using the quick game. Nice gain on that play, but leaves it a little short of the 1st down. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. That's the end of the quarter, and South Carolina has the lead. We've played one. Before we move on, let's have a look at the stats. So they go back to work after the break, and it is 3rd down. They'll they'll try to power their way ahead. There he goes. He gets the job done on third down. They move the chains. It's at the 37. And the Gamecocks come to the line with a new set of downs. Might as well give it to him again. Pass the sticks, and he may get more. Touchdown, Gamecocks. He broke away from the defense, and they couldn't catch him.
You know, oftentimes in college football, the best offenses are the ones that can create explosive plays, just like you saw right there. They're top 10 in the nation in points per game because they don't have to drive the field. They've got dudes scattered all over this offense that can take it the distance on any given play.
From a couple of yards deep, he'll bring it out. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. He'll do it himself. And this one will be stopped for no gain. Hit right back to the line.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
They go to the ground. Breaks the tackle, and he's got room. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks.
Well, obviously the offense went 3 and out on their last drive. They're having a little bit more success here. That was a nice run, and I think that's the key, guys. If they're able to run the football, they're going to be able to stay on the field. And I think that's something you want to think more about if you're the play caller on offense.
He was not fooled on that one. You know, a lot of times you want to buy space, and you throw this route really when it's off cover. But you could tell the cornerback was up, ready to come, pounce on that screen, and get the tackle from us.
Wants to fire on second down. And they're not quite in rhythm there. It's incomplete.
But how loud is it in this building? This is crazy. These fans are going absolutely nuts. And I used to love when the fans got involved, and I'm on defense because it messes with the snap count. It messes with the communication, and it can really rattle an offense.
Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play. Pitt will line up to punt it away. A fairly short distance here toward the sidelines. Not his best work. South Carolina ready to go on the attack in another offensive odyssey. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on until they...
Oh, he's ready to take a shot. Catch and stride inside the 15. Touchdown, Gamecocks. And they take it in for 6 more points. They've got the lead and trying to put this one in a hammerlock here in Week 10.
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
Guys, this offense will go back on the attack. The give from the gun. Picks his way ahead, pick up a 3, and gets it to the 20-yard line.
It's definitely too early to panic, but there's some bad feelings going on for this offense right now. You're way down on the scoreboard. I know we're still in the first half, but after that...
Oh, he's got some space. And he'll go down, but he delivered the business end of his stiff arm to that defender on the way. Now on 1st and 10 from the 27. Off the RPO, complete. He snagged it, but he'll be stopped short of the first down. Good, solid pickup on that play.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly, and that's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm.
This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
trying to throw the wide receiver screen to pick up that first down, but the defense just too much speed getting to the ball carrier on that one.
On 3rd and short, the power run here. Stopped in the backfield, and this defense has forced him into 4th down. Pitt will have to boot this one away. He'll field the punt and try to get some yardage. They're able to put a stop to that return right at the 30-yard line. And the South Carolina offense is back on the field. Bunch formation for these receivers. Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. Fires to the big fella. He'll go out of bounds at the 38-yard line as his offense patiently tries to work the ball out of its own end. The Gamecocks with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. And it's a 1st down. They'll mark it at the 44.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
Wants to throw on 1st down. Throws to the wideout. Got his man to the left. They finally get to him. What a play there to pick up the 1st down. And the Gamecocks come to the line with a fresh set of downs. One man in the backfield, and he gets it. Turning it off. Got some room, entered to the goal line. And you race it to the house. Touchdown, South Carolina.
And the offense continues to run the football. The 2nd rushing touchdown from the running back. The offensive line paving holes. Continue to feed this man the ball.
They're set to kick it off. You think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? And he takes this from inside the 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. The Pittsburgh offense is back on the field. Their drive chart is starting to look a little monotonous. Punt, 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 David.
And their defense is starting to get a little frustrated, too. They just keep putting me back on the field, possession after possession. Jesse, this offense needs to get their heads out of their you-know-whats.
The punter's on the sideline with the oxygen mask right now. He's been playing so much. He's not used to this. This offense, they just got to stay on the field. They got to put a drive together and get some balance going, running and throwing the ball.
Going to have to come up with a play on 3rd and 10 from inside their own 20. From the gun, wants to pass. Finds the tight end. He'll be stopped short of the line to gain. Needed about 3 more on that one. Pitt will line up to punt it away. Just needs a crack to get a return. He gets a block. The speed, the shiftiness, the elusiveness, all on display in that sweet return there. South Carolina ready to go on the attack in another offensive odyssey. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. On the run, it's Gardner. Breaks into the open. Nice pickup on the ground there. They'll move the sticks with the 1st down.
There's really no secret to it, David. When this guy's running well, this offense is so hard to stop.
It opens up everything, and he's having a great day, showing you a little bit of everything, and this offense has got it rolling on the ground.
A very productive play until it was wiped out by that penalty, and they'll go back to work. On 1st down, here comes this offense. Got a little space. Knocked down in the backfield, and boy, this guy's had a good day, but they finally get to him on that run. The Gamecocks now with a long way to go to pick up the 1st down. They're going to test the right side with this one. And look, this guy has some serious moves, and he tried all of them and still didn't get loose. Line is set on 3rd down. The play action fake. Using his legs to buy some time. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down.
Well, this is a disappointing drive for the offense, considering where this drive started, in their opponent territory. Now you're 4th and long. You've got to be better throwing the football in those types of situations.
And now on 4th down, they'll try a field goal. This will be a 50-yard field goal attempt, and he'll have to curl it in from the right side. Nestled just inside that right upright. And they just tack on a little more to this gargantuan lead.
How nice is it as a head coach to have a kicker like this? It makes these decisions on 4th down so much easier. Just strut him out there and let him stroke it through the uprights.
And he passes on the touchback. Here he comes. That is a decision he will likely regret. He brings it out of the end zone, and he's knocked down at the 10. 90 yards in front of them as they start the drive at their own 10. Snags it quickly on the left. You'll take this every time. 5 yards on the first down play.
Now, you put those slot receivers in there, and here's why you do it. You back them off the football a lot of times, but who's guarding them? A lot of times, those are linebackers. Those are safeties. You get those good matchups where you can feature one of your speedsters, and a lot of times, good things happen.
Now, that's a throw in the drag round where you just got to have patience. You got to let your wide receiver clear through all the bodies in the middle of the field, and they just couldn't hook up on that one.
They'll snap it from the gun on 3rd down. Pressure coming. Hauls it in. Stopped at about the 25-yard line, but it'll be a 1st down. We've got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. They'll move the tight end to the air on 1st down. Finds his tight end. Bust through another broken tackle. And they don't drag him down until he gets all the way to the 46-yard line.
1st down for the offense.
He wants to throw it again. Gets it out fast. Really good surge for this offense. They move the chains, and he's got it at the 34. Pittsburgh going to work with a fresh set of downs. Looking to throw on 1st down. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Love the awareness by the defense here. They're trying to get the running back the ball in space, but the defense was expecting it. They had guys in position. They located the football, and they went and gang tackled.
Got his man. The offense calls timeout. It's the 2nd one they've used this half.
Man, this quarterback is having himself a day. Over 200 yards in the first half. It was hard enough for Palmer to get over 200 in a game, more or less in a first half.
Got it in the middle. It's Landry. They're able to keep him out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 2 after the big play in the passing game. This offense needs a little something to feel good about going to halftime. A chance to chip away here on 1st and goal. And he's brought down at the line of scrimmage, and the ball will stay at the 2. Pitt pushing the base. Back to throw, time running short in the half. And he was looking to the end zone, and they couldn't make the connection.
And that is a huge missed opportunity for the quarterback. You've got your guy wide open in the end zone. You're not under pressure. You just got to hit him. That ball got away. That's one he'd like to have back.
They were all over him. Nowhere to go as that 3rd down play turned into a disaster. The offense will quickly use the timeout. And they decide to trot out the kicker. And this ought to be a chip shot from about 20 yards out. 4th down and goal from the 3. Can the defense get a stop? Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Panthers.
Touchdown.
Well, the head coach has to love what he saw from his offense here at the very end of the first half. When you got to have it, execution has got to be great in these 2-minute type situations. Really nice job handling the situation by the quarterback, making sure all 10 other guys on offense are on the same page. And they're still losing the football game, but that's a touchdown they absolutely needed to have here at the end of the first half.
just enough time to get off one final play of the half. Looking downfield on first down. He hurls one deep down the left side. Intercepted. A first half turnover can swing momentum. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, you've been calling a lively one so far from there in Columbia.
They're lined up and ready to kick off this second half. He'll bring it out. It's Carter. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. Coming out on first down with the play fake. Under fire. Hit as he throws. Can't make the connection. The pressure there caused the missed timing. They're dealing with a second and long. They'll try the run. Nudges ahead for one out to the 16.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. A lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
They'll make the stop about 3 yards short of the first down. So the offense is going to go for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Makes the grab. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. They'll snap this one from the 32. It's first down. Looking to throw on first down. It's complete on the right side. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground covered. Pick up the first. And the Gamecocks can really attack on this second and short. On the run, it's Gardner. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the first down line?
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
They tried to go smash mouth on third and short, and it did not work against this defense. A couple of yards shy of the first down marker, but they've decided this is 4 down territory. The offense still on the field. Makes a grab past the marker. He gets it up to the 44-yard line. He'll be marked out of bounds right there as this offense continues to roll. Power football with the run. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. The give to the tailback. A solid pickup there before the defense is able to make the stop.
That's a big key for this offense. Now, you've got the lead here in the second half. You want to run the football. You've got to just keep getting positive yards. You've got to keep the third downs manageable so you can stay on the field, bleed the clock. That's going to be the key for this offense and their team winning the game.
This is a top 25 offense in college football, and I like what they do, that they can run the football on third downs when they need to. They show you right there. They've got some balance to them. They really know who they are. They have a good identity, and that's why they've been so successful this season.
He goes out of bounds after a solid gain on the play.
And I think this is important for this defense. This will be a big key in the football game. Like, I got to limit the damage from that guy because that's a QB that's dynamic, and he can make so many big plays. I got to string him out. I got to make him get to the sideline. But I will say this. I do want to hit him at the end of the runs. I don't want to let him out of bounds and let him get free carries. I want it to be physical.
They got this sophomore on the ground, but he continues to make plays. The Gamecocks will snap it on 1st and 10. They'll ride the hot hand. Stop is made almost immediately. Give him 1 to the 23. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
by the quarterback.
Great job staying home by the defense there. Offense trying to go option. The QB keeps it, but you see the great assignment football. Everybody's staying where they're supposed to be, and they're able to rally to the quarterback and tackle him for a loss.
Ball's at the 24. A lot of confidence in their kicker from here, but they'd love to take it off of his foot and convert the first down. From the gun, wants to pass. On the run, still looking. Fires deep toward the end zone. And he throws his third pick of the day. His head has to be spinning. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Pitt offense back on the field and ready to roll. They took advantage of outstanding field position the last time they had it, and now they'll have a little more work to do to get on the board. Jukes his way for more. And he was able to run through a tackle, and they finally get him, but not until he picks up the first down. And this set of downs gets started from the 33, 1st and 10. They're going to ride this running back. Stuffed almost in his tracks, but strong enough to pick up one to the 35. After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Wants to go up top. Grabbed over the middle. It's Duke. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few. They've already punted 4 times in this game, and they're about to run the guy out there for a 5th time if they don't pick up the first down here. From the gun on 3rd down. He put it out there for him, and the senior gave him a chance, but they couldn't make the connection. Pitt will have to boot this one away. They've been busy out there to punt for the 5th time today. All the way back to the 15. Was looking for more running room, but found nothing but more tacklers. He's down at the 24. And the South Carolina offense is back on the field. Boy, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed them.
Yeah, those...
Trying to get behind the defense. Makes a grab right down the middle. He's loose down the middle. And he got away from the defense and takes it in. Touchdown, Gamecocks.
Every time we speak to defenses before they play this guy, they all know he's going to get the ball thrown his way. They always come up with creative and exotic ways to try to cover him in the back end, but they're never able to get it done. This guy just beats coverage time and time again, and with that last catch, that's now his 15th receiving score of the season.
And the returner will be dragged down. They'll snap it from the 10 for the first play of this drive. Keeping it on the ground with the running back. Stonewalled again. No gain on the play. They keep trying to stick with the running game, but there's not much getting done. They got nothing on the last play at 2nd and 10. He'll run it again. Runs through a tackle. And that defense pushing him out of bounds after a short gain.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Got it in the middle. It's Landry. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the first down. Pitt will line up to punt it away. And these guys have been busy. 6th punt of the day. Fields the punt and looking for daylight. He's got great speed. Very little will make a crowd hold its breath like a punt return, and he brought them to their feet on that one. Here's the handoff. They'll wrestle him down just short of the first down. I don't even think they're going to bring out the chains to measure this one. And the Gamecocks come to the line. This situation, you might see a shot play. Running back searching for a hole. Open space at the 25. He's finally stopped and brought down at the 15.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the 3rd quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. Give to the fullback. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Gamecocks! You know what? That's a bit of a trick play. Give it to the big guy. Let him tote that rock to the house.
It's a trick in college football now to even have a fullback in the game. Give it to the big fella. I'll tell you what, it's like tackling a tree stump. All legs, just big, stocky guy. Get in the end zone.
Returner's going to try to see what he can get. And they'll get him on the ground as the offense comes out to start the next drive. The Pittsburgh offense is back on the field. They didn't get much done the last time they had it. Had to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. Rides the back on the option, the give. And he's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage by the big defensive tackle. Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Looking to fire. Caught over the middle. It's Duke. He almost picked up the first down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short. The Panthers come to the line on 3rd and short, hoping to keep the drive alive. We reach the break. It's South Carolina holding the lead. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. As we enter the 4th quarter, let's see if anything memorable can come from this one. So we open the final period with a 3rd down play. Muscling ahead on 3rd and short. Really nice job to get it past the sticks, pick up the first down at the 30.
It was so important this offense was able to find a way to get in the rhythm, and the running game is now helping that. 2 straight punts on their previous 2 drives. This drive, though, they're having a little bit more success. Big reason why is this running back. He's been able to find some creases to run through, and it's really helping out this offense.
They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. They'll line up for a 2nd down play. Back to pass, it's Fung. Firing to the right, complete. Finally forced out of bounds, maybe a step shy of midfield. They'll mark it at the 49.
Nice play. And this running back showing you why he truly is a 3-down back. He's not just dangerous running the football between the tackles or blocking, but he can also catch the ball. And when you get this guy the football in space in the perimeter of the field, he's got the wiggle and he's got the power to break tackles from the secondary. That's why this guy has an opportunity to play at the next level.
You got to like this defense, man. All game long, great job tackling the football. Like, you throw it on the perimeter, they're coming up. They're not giving the run after the catch of these receivers. A lot of times you see so...
And the defense picks up a sack, getting the quarterback down at the 44.
When you make a quarterback feel comfortable, man, they'll sit in that pocket, they'll go through their progressions, but when you start to hit them, they become very human, very average. They got to do a better job of keeping him upright, protecting him, so he can have a better second half than he did first.
He lofts it high and deep down the left side. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's 4th down. Pitt will have to boot this one away. And the punt hits at the 8 and goes into the end zone for the touchback. South Carolina ready to go on the attack in another offensive odyssey. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done
He's going to fire deep. And they dialed up a shot play, but they couldn't hook up.
Well, on that last deep shot, it looked to me like the quarterback probably forced that ball into coverage. But can you really blame him, guys? I mean, these two have already hooked up. 2 touchdowns in the game. If I'm him, I'm thinking the same thing. Even when he's covered, he's open. He's shown the ability to climb the ladder and make contested catches, so I don't mind him taking another shot there.
So they're facing 3rd and short from the 25. He wants to throw it. That's caught. It's Gardner. Out across the 40 and forced out of bounds at the 42. And now this offense is clicking. The Gamecocks will line it up on 1st and 10. Leaves it with the back. Still on his feet at the 45. Right down the boulevard. Touchdown, South Carolina. And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing. They're on the board again, and it looks as if this winning streak is going to continue.
Pure domination all game long for this offense. Whether they've been running the football, whether they've been throwing the football, critical down and distances, situationally all up and down the field. This defense has had no answer for these guys. What an impressive performance by the O.
Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. The Pitt offense back on the field and ready to roll. They've punted the last 3 times they've had it, and now really needing to put a score on the board on this possession. From the gun, give on the inside. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Got stuffed on 1st down. It's 2nd and 10. Here we go. Now the play fake. The throw. He finds a dead spot in the middle. And he gets it up to the 36. It'll be a 1st down. There's not a lot more beautiful in football than the play action and the open tight end.
Yeah, because it freezes those linebackers. It freezes those safeties because they have to come up for a second.
Pass rush coming after the quarterback, and they get him at the 32.
Well, you look at Webster's dictionary and the term game wrecker, a picture of this guy is going to show up. He has been unstoppable in this football game. That's his 2nd sack here today.
And the Panthers with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Dropping back, it's Fung. Quarterback needs to make a better throw there. Incomplete.
Well, give the defense credit because they're forcing this quarterback to throw into very small windows under duress.
They send the tight end in motion. On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down. Pitt will line up to punt it away. No fair catches here, looking for room. Makes a move. A huge return. Steps out of bounds, but man, did he put his team in great position. And the South Carolina offense is back on the field. Man, what a drive that was the last time they had it. Basically the length of the field. Much better starting point this time. Past the 1st down marker and still running. And he's brought down after a nice gain. Now on 1st down from the 30. The handoff, keep working on that clock. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a 1st down.
Offense has a huge lead right now in the 4th quarter, and they're just going to run this football to try to ice the game. Being more dominant, being more physical at the point of attack.
Inside the 10-yard line is shoved out of bounds at the 9. 2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Give to the running back. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. Boy, they'd love to move the sticks here and take a shot at it on 1st and goal.
Here we go.
Leaves it with the running back. Touchdown, Gamecocks! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. This team just knows how to finish. They keep getting better and better and better, and they are close to going 9-0.
Points, points, and more points. This offense has had their way. They just keep their foot on the gas, keep putting up points, keep putting up touchdowns. And you know what? This is one of those stats days. You look back and you're like, that guy had 12 touchdowns on the year. Well, 4 or 5 of them might have been in this game.
The Pittsburgh offense is back on the field. After 3 consecutive punts, we'll see if they can dial up something that can get this offense. There he goes! Pass the sticks and still on his feet. The freshman brought down after a really nice run there. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play. The Panthers trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Rushes on him. And here comes the heat, and they get home, and they get him at the 21.
And it's simply been that kind of day for this offense. They've had so many struggles, and at this point in the 4th quarter, you're trailing by a ton of points. The defense knows you're throwing it, and they're pinning their ears back, and they're getting after you, as you saw it on that sack there.
What a play by this defense, and they stop him short. It'll be 4th down. Pitt will have to boot this one away.
Brings up 4th down.
They're able to put a stop to that return right at the 30-yard line. South Carolina ready to go on the attack in another offensive odyssey. Back to throw, it's Russ. Release to the back. Makes the grab, it's Tavai. He'll be stopped at the 41, but give him 10 on that play. Clock stops. We have reached the 2-minute timeout, and this offense just a couple of minutes away from putting one in the win column. The offense lines up at the 41 with a 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. He's going for the big play. It's complete. And they're going to put another one into the end zone as they just keep piling points on the scoreboard.
With that last touchdown, they remain undefeated. And what can you say about this offense? One of the most explosive in the entire nation. And they're coming in, I think, every week with the mindset that we're just going to outscore everybody. We are okay going into a track meet. And that's really what we saw in this game today. But opponents just cannot keep pace with them and all of the athletes they have on the offensive side of the ball.
Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. They come to the line for the first play of the drive, snapping it from the 21. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Got it set up on the outside. They pick up half of it. It'll be 2nd and 5.
And this game is obviously out of hand. But I think the fans would argue, too, at this point, like, all right, well, let's not throw checkdowns, right? Let's throw some deep balls and continue to open up this.
And here comes the heat, and they get home, and they get him at the 21. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On the run, fires downfield. Oh, it's picked off. Taking it the other way. And he's going to score on the interception. Touchdown, Gamecocks! That score might be the one to put them over the top and run this winning streak to 9.
And this has been the story of the game. Everything going their way. Offensively, special teams, and now on defense here in the 4th quarter. They're still being aggressive. They're still jumping these throws. And he picked that thing off and took it all the way to the house.
And with that extra point, the lead remains in the gargantuan category. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Guys, you could make a good case. This is the game of the week in the Big 12. Texas Tech is showing little remorse for its opponent today. Feels like ever since they arrived at the stadium, that Red Raiders offense has been a buzzsaw. They're up by 21 over Iowa State. We'll circle back if anything big happens in this Big 12 Clash of the Titans. Guys?
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final.
And this offense is going to have to find more explosive plays. And it can't just rely on the dink and dunk. It's going to have to find itself and score more points. And listen, they got beat up today. But moving on in the future, they've got some good pieces. They got to find a way to fit them together, create some explosive plays on this offense, because today they've been lacking.
Brought down at the 27. It's a 5-yard pickup on the play. Finally, some signs of life from this offense, which has done nothing in the second half. It's 1st and 10. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. And he is swarmed under a host of defenders there to make the stop. Got 3 on 1st down at 2nd and 7. Hand off from the shotgun. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. Back to throw, it's Fung. Here comes the heat. And they took a shot on that one, but couldn't make the connection. It's incomplete. Pitt will line up to punt it away. He's going to try to flip the field with this one. Here's the return. Slips through the line. Found a little running room on that one. Picked up some nice blocks before he's run out of bounds. And the South Carolina offense is back on the field. Final minute. This game's on ice. They can take a knee and run out the clock.
This offense has to feel great with how they were able to go out, execute, and perform big plays all game long. I think it's sending a statement, too, to future defenses down the road on the schedule. They're going to be tough to contend with.
Yeah, I mean, they got firepower, putting up so many points. This thing is easily over. Now they can just chillax, go back to the locker room, know they're going to get the victory.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Pulls it on the bootleg fake. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down.
And that's a good stop for this defense. And listen, there hasn't been a lot of positive today, but let's finish this game strong. I think that'll be the message from the defensive coordinator. Can we get a stop? Can we get them off the field? I know a lot's went wrong, but let's live in this moment and try to be great right here to end the game.
Gets the back moving. They're throwing for it on 4th down. Complete out of the backfield. Inside the 45. A big play. Gets it into plus territory, and they'll mark him out of bounds at the 44. And after this play, the cake will be baked. Back to throw, it's Russ. Here's the heat. Blasted as he lets it go. Final pass falls to the turf, and that'll be the ball game.